Welcome to Illuminati Silver. We tell you the truth about silver. Today is Tuesday, the 5th of May 2020. And yesterday we published a video entitled End of Globalisation, Effect on Gold and Silver Prices. And on Sunday, the truth about gold supply, demand and prices. But today we wish to talk about physical gold and silver premiums. But first, let's take a quick look at the current gold and silver price. Okay, so let's take a quick look at the gold and silver prices. Just for confirmation, the date is the 5th of May and the time is 11:33 GMT plus 1. So let's look at the price chart for gold currently. And as we can see, gold is just hovering around that $1,700 level. It's $1,699. This week it did peak. You can see markets closed at 1701. On opening, there was an immediate peak up to 1717. And then, of course, the market fell back, rose slightly, fell back, rose slightly. So we've got this oscillation that we basically predicted would happen in our monthly update. However, 1701 opening, currently albeit 1700, so gold is actually down $1. It says down $12 here, but it's taking literally a week to a week. I'm interested in what's happened from the start of this week. In pound terms, looking at the same situation, again, gold was 1362. It's now 1364, so it's up £2, which then suggests, of course, that the pound has technically weakened against the dollar. Taking a look at silver. Silver began the week at $15 exactly. Fell to 1481. Rose actually jumped up. I think the peak, can't quite get it on the chart, but it did go to about 1507, I think it was. I can't pull it up on the chart for some strange reason. And of course, we're now looking at 1486. So $15 to 1486. So silver is down 14 cents so far. And in pound terms, we're looking at it starting the week at £12. It's now 11.92, so it's down 8 pence. For those interested, I'll just show a quick chart on platinum. Not that we're covering this. Started 770, it's virtually unchanged, 769. Palladium started the week at 1935, it's currently 1849, so it's taken an $86 hit. And if we have a quick look, just purely for interest while we're on the page, Bitcoin's trading at $9,000. Interestingly, on Monday it was as low as 86, I think. Yeah, so Bitcoin seems to be strengthening this week. That's the end of this chart for the moment. Well, in fact, before I go, let's just have a quick look at what they're charging for gold and silver coins. Let's just have a quick look at that. I wasn't going to do that with this video, but let's just have a quick look. Now, in pound terms, gold is 1364. If we wish to buy a gold Britannia, 2020, you'll pay $15.25. So the premium on that is about £160. If we go for silver, silver Britannia 2020, let's take the 2020, there we go, it's about 10p higher than the cheapest one. Silver's £11.90, and if you buy one Britannia, you'll pay £18.10. So essentially £6.20 more. Okay, that's the end of this. Okay, having looked at those prices and briefly showing you the premiums one has to pay for physical gold and silver coins, which are quite high, please bear in mind in the United Kingdom we also have 20% VAT to pay on silver. So the Silver Britannia we quoted you there at £18.10, that's pre the VAT price, which once you add it, you now have to pay £21.72 against a spot price for silver of £11.90. But that is admittedly for just one coin, and the more you buy, the cheaper that becomes. Now, those who follow our channel religiously will remember a few weeks ago we warned about not paying huge premiums for physical gold and especially physical silver coins and bars. At some stage, people, including some of our subscribers, were prepared to pay even from VAT-friendly sites as much as $30 or £24 an ounce for a silver coin. We stated this was madness, and some subscribers pushed back and said basically that we did not know what we were talking about. This price would now be the norm, and that we should ignore the spot price completely as it was no longer relevant. Well, you've just seen that including VAT, you can purchase a 1 ounce Silver Britannia for £21.72, some £3 cheaper than £24, which is what some will have paid 2 weeks ago. Now let's look at an even cheaper site called Silver to Go. So if we take a look at the Silver to Go website, we can see here that Silver to Go are offering, now admittedly you have to buy 25 1 ounce Silver Britannias for £18.32. And you can see that they've reduced from their former price of £20.25. That's nearly a 10% reduction. If we look at their Canadian maple leaf, again, admittedly you have to buy 25, but you're now paying £18.50. So those of you who paid £22, £23 or £24 on eBay, do you not think you may be looking a little foolish now? Admittedly, the American Silver Eagle for 2020 is a little more expensive, but it is still cheaper in pound terms than it was 2 or 3 weeks ago. If I change the currency, in dollar terms, it's $25. Some people were paying as much as $30 at one stage, and telling us that $30 was a reasonable price. The one thing we have noticed, there is, to be fair, not a shortage of coins, but a shortage of breadth of coins. Normally on this site you would perhaps have as many as 100 plus different coins, and at the moment you haven't got that advantage. I think there are, let's have a look, 29 coins available. So admittedly, the breadth of choice is limited, but having said that, you can now pay as low as £18.32 for a 1 ounce coin, dollar equivalent. Of course, if you're living in America, you're going to buy them from American dealers. Dollar equivalent of $22.82. That's the end of this part of the presentation. Now we can see from this side that prices have begun to fall. Now let's look at some additional sites, particularly from America, to support this situation further. And in case you're not convinced, let's look at a couple or a few American dealers. If we look at APMEX, they're showing here 1 ounce gold American Eagles, touching on gold now, $1,850 as opposed to $1,865, taking 10% off the premium. Another company, Bullion, are now offering the 1 ounce silver kangaroo at $4.99 over spot. And the likes of Bullion, 1 ounce silver rounds, $2.49 over spot, when not so long ago it was $4.99. Or the 2020 Silver Britannia, $4.49 over spot rather than $6.99. And looking at their gold bars in assay, $69.99 over spot as opposed to $119.99. Yes, $119.99 over spot. And 1 ounce gold coins random design, 3.5% over spot as opposed to 8%. Look at these, 50% off premium, 56% off premium, 42% off premium, and 36% off premium. Now, we're not recommending these companies, but we're just pointing out to you, those of you who were so adamant that you had to buy gold and silver 2 weeks ago, regardless of the premium, because this is the new price. Sorry to rub it in. And do you know what? These spot prices will come down. These premiums over spot will come down even further. So the bottom line is, despite the pumpers telling you, including Peter Hugg, to expect $2,000, $3,000, $5,000 and not that far away $10,000 gold, and silver with a gold to silver ratio of less than 80, some cases 50, and some even arguing 18 to 1, many were once again lulled into buying gold and silver, paying hefty premiums and justifying the fact that the bottoms were in and they could resell again on eBay at that price regardless. Really? With premiums already coming down by 50%. And it has further to go, rest assured. Will they be proven right? Well, let's just take a look at a few articles published on Reuters and Bloomberg as why we believe those premiums will come down even lower. Kitco News article, Friday, April 3rd, 2020. With a matching video highlighted silver coin premiums too high? ? A shortage of silver and gold coins has caused suppliers to increase the premiums charged to several times what they were making before the pandemic. This, according to Peter Hugg, Global Trading Director of Kitco News. The wholesalers are arguing it's a supply and demand issue, and as far as the old saying goes, you make hay when the sun's shining, Hugg told Kitco News. The big wholesalers make relatively incidental spreads on eagles, both gold and silver. Under normal market conditions, coin wholesalers may make 10 cents an ounce on silver eagles to their dealers and $2 to $3 on their gold coins. Currently, they're able to increase their spread by 5 to 10 times, Hugg said. Silver prices traded slightly lower on Friday, down 16 cents an ounce. Quote, price gauging should not be allowed, or gorging should not be allowed. When you see these wholesale distributors that have access to silver eagles at $2 and gold eagles at $3, charging other dealers anywhere from 6 to 8%, and charging silver eagles $5 to $6 to $7 over, now these dealers have to mark that up to their retail clients. So by the time it gets to the retail public, you're paying anywhere from $10 to $14 for a silver eagle, and you're paying anywhere from $120 to $200 on gold eagles, Hugg said. He added that the cost of these gold eagles coins being sold to the public for $120 to $200 is about $50 over the spot price. This is an anomaly that's probably going to last for the next few weeks, Hugg noted. Where investors should draw the line depends on their psychology and investment objectives, Hug said, but he personally would not be buying physical products at today's premiums. We'll comment on that later. If you're buying a silver bar for capital appreciation and you're paying almost 100% markup on the price, your investment's got to go up 100% before you break even. So it doesn't even make any logical sense to buy it in that form, he said. Bloomberg article dated May 4th, 2020. Headline: India's gold imports plummet by 99.5%. India, the world's biggest consumer of gold after China, imported its lowest monthly volumes in at least a decade, after curbs to control the coronavirus pandemic grounded air transport and shuttered jewellery stores. Overseas purchases slumped 99.5% to 60 kilograms in April from 13 tonnes a month ago, according to a person with knowledge of Provisional Finance Ministry data, who asked not to be identified as the information is not public. That would be the lowest monthly inflow in records going back to 2010, according to data available with Metals Focus Limited. Finance Ministry spokesman Rajesh Malhotra wasn't immediately available for comment. Quote, "I don't expect a recovery in imports or demand for the next 3 to 5 months at least," unquote, Chirag Sheth, a consultant at the London-based Metals Focus, said by phone from Mumbai. Manufacturing in the sector will also take a hit due to a scarcity of workers who've returned to their hometowns after the virus outbreak, he said. A nationwide lockdown, which has been in place since March 25th, has rippled through the country's economy, hitting incomes, jobs, and shuttering many industries, including airlines and gems and jewellery. Imports were negligible in April, as most of the country's imports are typically shipped by air, with a smaller volume coming via land from either Bangladesh or Nepal, said N. Anantha Padmanabhan, chairman of the All India Gem and Jewellery Domestic Council. He estimates imports will halve this year to about 350 tonnes. While India has eased some restrictions, that's unlikely to help salvage economic growth this quarter or even the fiscal year, as consumption continues to suffer. Gross domestic product is expected to contract by 24.8% year-on-year in the quarter started April, while getting the economy back on track is likely to be beset by multiple challenges as the resumption of activity faces hurdles, including abiding by new virus protection protocols and supply-side problems of labour and working capital, according to Bloomberg Economics. Most jewellery stores across the country continue to be closed in what is turning out to be one of their longest shutdowns ever. Quote, "The worst part is even if we open our stores, who will come to buy?" Padmanabhan said. "They will question if it's very much required to exchange or buy jewellery, or it is safer to be at home." Unquote. End of article. Reuters article dated May 4th, 2020. Swiss gold refineries reopen as virus lockdown eases. By Peter Hobson. Two of the world's biggest gold refiners, Valcombe and Argo Heraeus, are restoring almost all operations after Switzerland relaxed coronavirus lockdown measures, they said on Monday. The decision ended 6 weeks of partial or full closure that disrupted global gold supply and helped to drive prices in New York and London further apart than they have been in decades. Valcombe, Argo, and another refiner, Pamp, are near the Swiss border with Italy, which has suffered one of Europe's worst coronavirus outbreaks. Together they process about 1,500 tonnes of gold a year, equivalent to a third of global supply, in the world's most important refining centre, purifying mined material and reshaping metal, moving between markets that use different bar sizes. Quote, "From today, onwards, we're allowed to go up to 100%, unquote, said Volcombe CEO Michael Mazarik, adding that health and safety measures to protect staff meant the refinery would operate at about 85% of normal levels. Argo said that it would be completely operational from May 4th. To minimise the number of people in the refinery and protect the health of employees, Argo said it would divide staff into 3 groups, working 8-hour shifts. By keeping the facility running 24 hours a day and working on Saturdays, it could operate at roughly 90% of normal levels, Argo added. Mazarik also said that Volcombe would start processing silver again this week, having focused on gold during the weeks of the shutdown. In response to a question about reopening, PAMP said it, quote, continues to progressively increase its processing capacity. End of article. So, refiners are now opening back up. Physical demand for gold and silver is down in Asia and non-Western countries. And as the lockdown continues to soften, the ready shipments of gold and silver will gradually continue, thereby putting further downward pressure on prices, or certainly on the premiums charged. We're not even arguing here about the spot price, whether it should be higher or lower. We have a view on that and we express that regularly. But certainly as far as premiums are concerned, there will be no justification very shortly for those premiums being anywhere near as high as they have been, and probably reverting to very similar levels pre the coronavirus crisis. And of course, having given you some of the reasons why we foresee these prices falling, we haven't even mentioned those wholesalers who, in our opinion, were ripping you off. And my goodness, how many people came out on YouTube saying wholesalers are not ripping you off? No, they weren't. They were doing what Peter Hugg said, making hay while the sun shines. So ask yourself, do you feel foolish now paying $25 to $30 for a standard 1-ounce silver coin? Or a gold coin at $150 to $200 over the spot price? No? Well, you should, because we gave plenty of warning. Those of you who did listen, enjoy the pain of those who prefer to listen to pumpers and the idiots who follow them, or use clickbait videos, not giving a damn about the quality of information, just repeating the garbage that these individuals who have a vested interest in selling as much gold and silver as possible, regardless of the cost to their clients and customers. Yes, we are in favour of buying gold and silver, and yes, we would all, of course, like to buy it at the lowest possible price, and no one can predict exactly where that figure lies, as there are too many variables to do so. But we have seen this scarcity, high premium playbook time and time again over the last 6 or 7 years. And yet the fools are still caught by it, because rather than listen to a channel like us, who have no vested interest, they go to amateurs or pumpers because they tell them what they want to hear. We've said before, we will be calling these pumpers out, and also the channels that support them blindly, and just indulge in clickbait, doing damage to those who fall for their ploys. There is only one channel, in our view, that truly tells you the truth about silver and gold, and that is us. And we feel that we have proved this time and time again. Agree or disagree, we all secretly know the truth. Do share your thoughts. Thank you so much for listening. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe to our channel and press the bell sign so that you're notified of our videos as and when they are published. Not forgetting that we update our Richard and Greg channel every few days, and we placed such an update on that channel yesterday. We hope you have found this video interesting and informative, and if so, please give it a thumbs up and share it on social media. Please ensure that you have subscribed to our channel and press the bell sign so that you are notified of any future videos. Also, kindly visit our website at illuminatisilver.com, and if you haven't already done so, please subscribe either as a free or paying member for regular email updates and offers. Disclaimer: Illuminati Silver owners come from a background of banking, international wealth management and economics. Having now retired from these worlds, we are not qualified to give investment advice. Therefore, this and other productions must not be deemed to be giving such advice and merely represent the personal views of its owners.